Hello everybody, I'm Tom Wambeke from the International Training Center, and we'll give you an introduction to the UNV Volunteers eCampus through the screencast, a project that was led by Marcia Baldassari and her team, and the upcoming 5 minutes will give you an overview of what has been developed so far and to give you at least initial orientation in the eCampus, which you see here, welcomes you immediately with the mission and the vision of the organization, and gradually it will introduce you in learning, volunteering, and connecting in this learning hub. Learning hub, if you go to UNV eCampus and click on what the eCampus is about, apart from the vision and the mission, you will also find, let's say, additional information on the project. Going back to the home page, you will see that it's structured in 3 big areas. One area, which is here, this part, is, let's say, the first entry point, which gives you introduction to the self-guided e-learning modules, the self-paced one. There's UNV and volunteerism, ethics and integrity as a UN volunteer, hosting a UN volunteer, and the 4th one, which is currently missing, which is coming soon, on multiculturalism. That's what we call the first entry point. Second entry point is here at the right, gives you access to external learning opportunities, the ones that are mentioned there. And then a third and final entry point is the UNV communities of practice, and 2 of them are already in place. So these 3 entry points I would like to develop step by step and give you insights into it. And so let's start with the first entry point, and I will go to the first module, which is on UNV and volunteerism, which brings you immediately at the course level. And the course level gives you introduction not only to what the course is about, how it's structured, what the target audience is, and how much time do you basically need. Once you know that this module is interesting and that you would like to take it, it basically gives you the instructions, welcome to the course, and you have to click on the image to get started. This won't pop up because I'm administrator. You will get immediately access to the module itself. And then usually it will ask you, would you like to resume where you left off, because I was taking the module already before. For the sake of demonstration, we will start from the beginning. And each of these modules starts basically with, let's say, an animated video or animation to make it a little bit more lively and also interesting. So just to showcase you the first animation here. But for time purpose I will skip it. You can check it yourself. It's just a more visual introduction to what you're going to see. Then follows the practical information, let's say the navigation instructions on what is going to happen and what you need to do. And then you will find, apart from the timing that you need, let's say a whole set of, first of all, learning paths. So here I'm going to choose, let's say, I'll start with being a volunteer, and content will be introduced in most of the times in quite audiovisual ways. We integrated quite a lot of videos that were useful also for learning purposes.
Volunteers keep spreading the love.
Ja volontiram za okoliš.
Compromiso.
It's not just, let's say, videos or dynamic interactions that you find here, but we also put a quick emphasis on assessment, on did you learn what you had to learn, and can we test that with the learner. You see self-paced or self-guided learning models, there's no tutor facilitated approach, but at least there's this kind of interactive approach that you will find throughout the entire module. So I would like to invite you to go through it yourself and actually take one of these modules to see how it basically feels. Once in the eCampus we have a detailed tracking mechanism, which also is going to give you the statistics of how many people have taken the module, how far did they get into it, and so forth, which might be useful to report on impact, on learning impact. So that's in a nutshell, let's say, the first entry point. The second entry point, as I said, gives you access to external learning opportunities. So if you see here UNITAR standing on it, you click on it and it will bring you to the learning opportunities that you have discussed or negotiated with these external learning partners. The third entry point is the UNV community of practice, and I also will go to it quite quickly. And we thought this might be also important because access to self-guided learning opportunities might also rise give people the need to ask some questions, discuss on some thematics that might be connected to other learning needs. So this is a kind of interactive community where people have the possibility to engage through a forum. They have access to aggregated videos that you find relevant or any other resources that you come up. These communities are shaped as they go. So it might be an initial entry point that throughout, let's say, the implementation of the eCampus can be further developed based on the needs that actually are rising. But it was important to see that there's also a kind of collaborative or communicative access to something which gives you access to other people, which connects you into a kind of a learning network, that the eCampus is not just giving access to content, but also to a community that gradually will be shaped. So this brings me back to the original point. You have seen that in terms of look and feel, we followed, let's say, the standard guidelines that we got from the communication department. We have revised quite a lot, let's say, the overall look and feel in function of that. So that's quite well aligned with, say, let's say, the wider internet strategy that you have at the eCampus. I will stop for now. I'm available to answer any of the questions that you might have, and also Marcia is available to give any further, let's say, information that you might need. So thanks for listening, and I hope to connect soon.